Hi, I'm Claire, and for this week's video, I am going to be doing a single-story family home. So I wanted to make a single-story family home so your Sims don't get lost. I know it can sometimes be frustrating going up and down with the different levels, but in this house, you don't have to worry. You just have to go like side to side to find your Sims, and so we are first going to be starting off with a little meditation and yoga spot for the parents, and I do have a detached garage. I thought this would be a fun space since this is a big family, a family of 6, and I decided that with a random number generator. And so I wanted to make this like a fun hangout spot for maybe like teens, or maybe all everybody in the family likes karaoke, so it's just like a fun kind of out of the way, don't really need to keep it all the way clean and have like the main house be all messy type of area. So just going to be adding some chairs and going to be adding this dance floor. Just trying to make this a very fun type of space. I didn't want to make it have like an actual dance floor just because I'm like, it is a tight space, so this cardboard floor option was perfect for this corner. And so now we are just going to be rearranging a few things, going to be adding some pictures. I did want to add a lot of rugs into this space because I thought it's concrete floors, maybe a little cold, and so having a lot of these like layered rugs was a good. I thought having all these rugs was a good option, just kind of making it have a kind of a fun personality. I thought that this space could be kind of like the parents letted the teens aside, and so they just kind of went a little crazy. Maybe they found all these rugs for free, and so they just took them home. And I did want to emphasize this family's love for music, so I'm using all of these painted like records and like CDs on the walls, and I really like how this turned out. I don't think I like use like all of these like in one area, but this is a really good like music type of space, and maybe one of the parents is an artist. I remember, or do you remember like when you just like had the base game and like there wasn't really that many like options for like careers, and like painting was like the best one, or probably not like the best one, but like the list of the categories of the careers were like so short that like painting was like probably felt like the best option. And so back into the build, I couldn't really figure out what I wanted on this other wall. I wanted it to not be like really put together because it's like, oh, the teens just kind of liked what liked it, and so they put it up. I wanted that type of a feeling, and so we are just going to be adding this little like music box, or like I don't know the word, but it looks like it should like plug the guitar into it, and has a speaker, and that is from the Mosquito stuff pack. I don't use that stuff pack that often, but when I do, I try to use like the most items I can. So I do also use magazines and a some pictures in it. I don't show the pictures because this video was kind of long, and I'm a little busy at the time being a student and having another actual job, and so I tried to cut out a few things, and so there might be a few things when you download the house that aren't in the video, but it's pretty much the same. And so now we are in the living room. I wanted to have like all the bedrooms like one half of the house, and like living room and like kitchen like on the other. So like when you first enter the house, whether from the like the front door or from the side door, so it's quick access to the garage, it's like right here. And so I was having a little bit of trouble with the rugs. I wanted to try to have it be layered, but it wasn't really working out. So this is another thing I cut out where I just couldn't really get it the way I did. So it might be a few like pops here and there that like you'll see, but then like disappears. And so I wanted to use this big couch from the Dream Home Decorator pack. I wanted it to be a big couch because it's a big family and they probably maybe invite their friends over to have like movie nights, and so we are just going to be a little bit struggling with the rug a little bit more, just trying to get it into a good fit for the house. And so now we are just going to be kind of trying to do that layering rugs again, and going to be adding a bookshelf and kind of cluttering up the entertainment center. But I do cut that out because it's just a little frustrating. It's just me placing items, and then when I take the screenshots, one of the side tables completely disappears, and so I go with it as there's just two side tables or TV consoles under the TV in the final version. But of course I had to add this little bunny statue. It's one of my favorite items in the game. If you watch my videos, you probably see this bunny a lot in them, or like at least once in each build. And so we are now just going to be adding the curtains and just kind of making it feel like a space. I feel like curtains are like the things I don't add in like houses. Like I need to, but like I don't really feel like it's like that big of a gameplay difference, and so I don't. But I did this time, and so we are just going to be cluttering up the space, just trying to make it seem like lived in, like everybody's comfortable, but there is like a spot for there is a spot for there is a place for a spot or an item. And so now we are just going to be moving the TV, and I do kind of, or not the TV, the bookshelf. Nothing is related to that. I mean, I guess you do get your fun up, but we are just going to be moving this bookshelf around a little bit. It does end up having a home by the back door, and so we are just going to be adding a cat tree. I do have space for two pets, maybe a cat and a dog. I just thought that would be fun for The Sims, since there's a big family. There's a lot of help to take care of these pets, and so now we are in the kitchen. It's just kind of along this back wall, and the other side of this wall is the primary bedroom. But I wanted the kitchen to be in this spot because of the access with the doors, so you can get to the kitchen through the front door, or realistically, if you had working garages, maybe you don't in The Sims, you could go through the garage door and then easily drop off the groceries. And so we are just going to be kind of messing around with the layout a little bit, and now going to be adding some upper cabinets. And I do extend the wall a little bit, so it's a little private when you walk into the big door. So I don't know, it just kind of bothers me when like people just have like completely wide open kitchens. It's like, don't you want a little bit of privacy? Like when you have like maybe like a nosy neighbor and you like don't want them to see like everything that's going on in your house, you want to like have a little bit of privacy. So I did make like a half wall, and I extend the kitchen just a little bit, but it is still kind of the same floor plan layout. And so we are just going to be getting rid of the island and then just having a dining room table. And so now we are just going to be moving the living room just slightly more towards the TV, giving the dining room a little bit more space. And I do end up going with just this one rug, and I do try to talk myself into a few options, but this one rug was the winner. I actually used it again in the dining room. I heard a tip where to make your spaces look cohesive, you use like the same rugs and items like that. And so we are just going to be kind of making a little bit of like prep space. I thought it would be fun for this family to cook together, but I wasn't sure exactly how I want to do it, just because the island was so small. And so now we are just going to be moving around the cabinets. So now we're going to be adding a half wall, and maybe it's not like the most functional in real life, but I thought it would look it's kind of the best, because like I said, nosy neighbors want to keep them far away from you as possible, because maybe they're also gossips. And so we are just going to be adding a fire alarm. I do add these new like light switches. I add one by the sink and the dishwasher because I thought that'd be fun to like have that be like the dispose button, and I just thought it would be fun even though it's like the same as everywhere else. But right there, that's the dispose button, so don't expect any light to turn on even though these light switches aren't even functional. So good. And now we are just going to be going in, adding a little bit of clutter. Again, I wanted to make sure there's a lot of space for this family to be with each other, and so I didn't want to have like a whole bunch of clutter because now they can cook together. And so we are just going to be going into a little like computer nook or a uh, like office area. But first we are going to be adding a garbage can and going to be adding pet bowls. And so now we are in that computer nook. I just kind of placed it on the desk and I realized I didn't add garbage cans, and that's something I usually forget, and so I wanted to do it when I remember. And so we are just going to making this space kind of clean with the colors, but also like many people use this desk. Maybe it's like parents doing taxes or the kids playing games after school. And so we are just going to be going in and adding the pet bowls. I do move the garbage can over by the fridge so it's easier. I haven't actually placed the kitchen at this point, but I thought it would be easier to have the pet bowls by the sink. And so now we are just going to be adding a calendar, just kind of have some more items from cats and dogs. I do only use this pack whenever I am planning for the family to have a pet, and I am a little bit obsessed with lighthouses. If you follow me for a while, you probably know this, but I wanted to have a lighthouse picture because of my obsession. And so now we are in the master bedroom, or the primary bedroom. It's basically the same thing, but some people say master, some people say primary. And so we are just going to be going in and adding a lot of items from Dream Home Decorator. I also wanted to add this little like closet alcove, and I usually just add like one of the closets that came with the get together, but I seen a lot of these like closet alcoves and I wanted to try one for myself, try it out for myself. And so we are just going to be adding some like built-in closet storage, and then going to be using the clothes from the Dream Home Decorator. So I thought like this area turned out really nice, and so now we are just going to be kind of decorating it, making it cluttered, making it kind of like a his side, her side type of situation. And it was really frustrating because I didn't want to delete this wall to place the items, but like it's like the only way, and it's only a wall, so it's not that big of a deal. And so now we are just going to be putting a lot of items in there and going to be kind of figuring out what works, what I want to change out. And so I wanted to keep the colors of the clothes kind of with the theme of like these warm tones, with like the yellow in the bed matches the yellow on the clothing rack. And so now we are just going to be adding just a few more details, just small things here and there, making it seem like they maybe have been here for a while, and they have a lot of stuff basically. And so now we are just going to be adding a little chair, but I do actually switch that chair out for a dog bed. I wanted to move, like have it right here, but then I had the idea of having a baby, since we are now, or not now, but soon going to be getting a baby update. And so I wanted to have a bassinet in this room. And so now we are just going to kind of be hopping into the bathroom, and this bathroom was a little bit hard to figure out, and I do make more than one bathroom in this house. If you've seen my last two videos, you would know that I have only done one bathroom in those houses. They were very small, but it was also for families, and sometimes families need more than just one bathroom, and so we are just going to be using the same cabinets from the kitchen, just in the same colors as the closet. And so I do make a private water room, or a throne room. I prefer throne room when they are saying those in the home renovation shows, when they call it a throne room. And so now we are just going to be adding the small little details. I did make sure to have a tub in the master or primary bathroom so you can bathe the toddler, and I'll get to that room in a moment. I'm just first going to do the kid or teen rooms. I thought it would be fun to have like a sports sim, and then have like maybe like a theater sim. And yes, that does sound like the theme, or like the idea of Liv and Maddie from Disney Channel, and I thought that would be kind of fun. That kind of helped drive the idea for this build, or not this build, but for this house. And so we are just going to be adding some side tables. I wasn't picturing like boy sim or girl sim. I was picturing either one. This is very much easy for you to download on the Sims 4 Gallery, see your Flogmo, and like rearrange it for your own family's needs. Maybe you can have the teens be put in the toddler's room and have the toddler have a super big bedroom. And so now we are just going to be adding these items from the high school years pack, and both of the beds are from high school years. I should probably mention that before I forget. And now we are just going to be adding rugs. I want to add like one big rug, but then I decided to add just like two kind of smaller rugs to represent each of the Sims interests. You can kind of see where I'm going with each of like the items and the bedspread. So we are just going to have like a music sim, and then a sports sim, and going to be adding a little Bluetooth speaker. I thought that was just a cute little detail. Maybe that's like the alarm for these Sims. And so now we are just going to be adding a little laundry hamper, although I did make sure to have some laundry that wasn't in the hamper, and going to just be adding a mirror. I was having a little trouble because I'm adding a mirror just because I could not find the right style I wanted, and so I ended up going with this one from the Eco Lifestyle build, and so, or not build, Eco Lifestyle pack. And so now we're just going to be adding some more posters, adding some more like sides. Like I wanted these to be opposite twins in a way, and so we are just going to be adding curtains, and now we are going to be going into the hallway to add just a picture. And I wanted to use some items from the City Living pack because of that detached garage. There is an item where you can like paint on the garage, and I thought that would be fun, so I wanted to not just use that item but use like other items from that pack. And so now we are adding that bassinet for the baby update, and I really like how this turned out. Just a cute little corner for the for that age. And so we are now going into the toddler's bedroom. I kind of do like a mix match of like pink, purple, and green in this room, and I do like how it turned out. I wanted to add the little dollhouse from the Eco Lifestyle and that Eco Lifestyle pack, and then we are just going to be adding a dresser. I thought this one worked well with like the purple, and then the little green knobs kind of remind me of the green tigers on the race car bed. I was going to say bread on the race car bed. And so we are now just going to be going in and just adding other cute little details for like toddlers or young Sims, and I really wanted to do a like changing table, like a fake changing table. I know we're going to get changing tables soon, but haven't I don't think I've ever made like a fake changing table until I'm like, well, I better do it now because I'm going to get spoiled when the actual changing tables come out. And so, just going to be adding a little like soaps and lotions, and going to be adding a little unicorn. I was imagining a girl would be in this space. The teens room, I was like, I don't really know which gender, and so we are just going to be adding just a couple more cute little things, and then we are going to be going into the backyard. I did make sure to have the Wabbit tablet and some blocks, so there are some nice skills you can gain from those. And then we are just going to be adding the curtains. I make them kind of more purple pink, and then going now into the backyard. And I wanted this space to have something for everybody. Maybe not necessarily the teens, but there's like a fun barbecue spot. There's a little play tent for the toddler. This is also a good like skill builder item if you don't have the Dream Home Decorator pack. I think it might still be on sale, or it might have just gone off sale when the video goes out. And so we are just going to be adding a little like dining area out here and some garden beds from Eco Lifestyle. And so I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I post new videos every single Tuesday, and if you want to play in this house, the information is down in the description. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm also on Instagram if you want to check me out over there, and I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!